check. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Alright, so we back reading more Neville Goddard. So I'm going to read the technique dealing with the law of assumption, the things I've been reading. I'm going to read the author's words, and I'm going to also chime in and try to put things in layman's terms for whoever that helps, right? All right, so let me again lay the foundation of changing the future, which is nothing more than a controlled waking dream. A controlled waking dream, what I mean by that is in like a dream-like state. Everybody know what it is to daydream, right? So think about daydreaming, but the only difference is in a daydream, you kind of just observing and letting, and your mind is just wandering and doing its own thing. So what he meaning by a controlled waking dream would be to be in that daydream state, but it's being done deliberately, and your mind isn't wandering and doing its own thing, but you are directing your focus intentionally. All right, so 1, define your objective. Know definitely what you want. All right, so be specific. Let's not leave any room for the mind to guess and wonder. Know for certain the outcome that you desire. So for example, let's say what it is that you want is a promotion at work. All right. Now, 2, construct an event which you believe you will encounter following the fulfillment of your desire. Something which will have the action of self predominant. An event which implies the fulfillment of your desire. So construct a scenario in your mind that would imply that your objective has been met. So you would think of an event that you are likely to experience if you was to actually get that promotion at work. So just for an example, let's say that with that promotion, now you have your own office. You also have new responsibilities. So now you're responsible for conducting the job interviews for the new candidates. So an event that you can construct in your mind is you in the new office hosting a job interview with such and such person who's trying to get hired at the company. All right. 3, immobilize the physical body and induce a state of consciousness akin to sleep. So lay down and close your eyes, tune out the outside world, turn your attention to your imagination. Then mentally feel yourself right into the proposed action, imagining all the while that you are actually performing the action here and now, so that you experience in imagination what you would experience in the flesh were you now to realize your goal? So you go into this event that you created in your imagination. You want to see yourself in this new office of yours. You don't want to see yourself in it. You want to actually, like, you want to feel yourself in it. You want to be in it. And this event is to take place in the present tense. So it's not nothing that you're thinking about that's going to happen. It's not an event that you're looking at that's it's almost about to take place. You go inside your imagination, you're acting out this event in real time, right? So you actually are reaching your hand over to grab the pen and to write something on this piece of paper. You are actually holding the type of conversation that you would be holding if this were to be taking place in real life. You actually are feeling yourself sitting in the chair at the desk, looking across at the person that you're interviewing. You are hearing their voice talking back to you, saying the type of things that the person would really be saying. So this is an event that you create in your mind, and this scenario implies that your wish has been fulfilled, that the objective has been met. Because only way this scenario could be taking place is if you achieved the goal that you set out to achieve. All right, so another way of looking at this would be like, and it works better. One thing that I used to do is I would always meditate on money, on counting money and shit. And that worked out a lot. What I did find that worked out better, and it was a lot less effort mentally, was like this technique. So if it's money that I'm wanting, like now I'm not meditating on myself counting a bunch of money or somebody handing me this check, which will work, has worked, but it's easier to come up with a scenario that implies that that shit happened. So meditating on me um driving this new car that it is that I wanted or something, right? Which the only way I'm really going to be able to be driving this new car is if I came up on some money somewhere down the line. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not meditating on me actually cashing the check, but I'm meditating on a scenario that implies, right, that like shit, I had to get some bread, you know what I'm saying, because I'm in my new car. And that wasn't the best example, but you should get it. All right, so I think that's it. Yeah, I'm out.